No, I told you I was singing Lion Eyes, and
Hmm.
actually, the first song that I listened to was "Take It to the Limit."
Oh, good song.
Yeah, yeah, and
You're
I
hitting
was
all the
thinking,
classics.
oh, bro, I love me some old Eagles.
Yeah, who
The
doesn't?
one older Eagles song I don't like is "Hotel California," and it's not because it's not a good song. It's because our generation grabbed onto it like it was the greatest
Yeah.
song ever.
Oh, that and Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, fuck, man. It's a
Good
decent.
tunes that I would like, but they're so overplayed.
The Eagles have so many better songs than Hotel California.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, and again, it's not a bad song. I like that. I should probably introduce the show. Hi, guys. This is Monkey in the Morning. I'm Monkey. He's Jack. Say hi, Jack.
Hi, everybody.
But this is a conversation we were having, and I was like, wait, we might as well go live. So, they have some great songs, and everybody only talks about Hotel California. And like, go get their greatest hits, man. There's so many good songs on there.
Yeah.
Like, no, this song about drugs is the coolest one ever. It's like the best one. Like, fuck off. Fuck
It's
off.
amazing how many of their songs people don't know that the Eagles actually sang.
Well, they have so many different lead singers on different songs.
Yeah. Yeah. I always did like Glenn Fry too. When he went solo.
Yeah,
Um,
Glenn, he had a good voice. Yeah.
yeah, it's a real shame when he died.
Don Henley's solo career,
Yeah, Don Henley. Yeah.
it wasn't as bad, but his voice just it almost bores me. Maybe that's why I don't like Hotel California as much either, because he's a lead on that one.
See, I don't mind Don Henley either, for that matter. So, uh, just a personal preference thing, but I get it. I
Sure,
can
sure.
see that. A lot of people don't like him.
Yeah, but I don't hate him. I mean, like he had some good songs that came out during our youth
Hmm.
when he was solo. But he's another one that I just felt like he got overplayed.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, hey, here's Don Henley with another sad, kind of boring song. Like, oh, thank you.
One more time of Boys of Summer.
I do love Boys of Summer. It's a great song.
It is a great song, but it got overplayed.
Got way overplayed. Anyway, wow, really late monkey stream. What are you talking about? It's like,
We're on time.
what is it, like 3 o'clock in the morning in Australia? We're really early.
Yeah, we're on time because time zones exist, and somewhere we are on time.
All right, guys, we're here to talk about other stuff besides my music selections.
Are we?
I mean, we'll see. It depends. It's me and you. I don't know where the show's going. I know a couple of
Nobody
things.
knows where the show's going. Even Jesus is shocked.
I do have a couple of things I want to talk about. And first up on that list is, of course, our
Oh,
thumbnail. So uh how long was this fucking thing? 4 hours? 4 hours, 33 minutes, and 18 seconds of absolutely nothing.
yeah. Look, Bill Clinton's an old man, but I was the one falling asleep. Oh dear God! Like I've had a lot of
Bowman.
caffeine today, so I'm going to apologize for that in advance, Monkey. But
Oh,
sweet Jeebus, what
hold
was
on
this mess?
1 second. Bowman, thank you so very much. It's very kind. It says, good to see you back. It's good to be seen. I'm a bit of an attention whore, so it's nice to be seen. Plus, guys, I'm a little lonely today. Um, my daughter is really, really sick. And
Oh,
Lady Monkey got a call yesterday or a text saying, Mom, could you come down here? Because the girls were at school and needed picked up, and her husband was at work and she couldn't go get the kids. So she's like,
damn.
so Lady Monkey had to rush down there. The kids weren't left at school. She called, during the school day.
Yeah.
So they were picked up at their normal time and everything. But my daughter has the flu right now. So when my wife gets back, I'm going to die, you guys.
Oh.
Because if there's a sickness that goes around, I catch it.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I'll
You
miss
might
you.
you should put up some plastic sheeting and label your room quarantine.
Yeah, just bring in a tub of cookies so I can stay alive for a while. But no, so
Yeah.
I'm alone, and my son is upstairs, but he usually stays in his room and I stay in my office. And Phoebe comes out every time I go pee, but I'm alone. I don't have Lady Monkey here.
Yeah. Well, I hope your
Yeah.
daughter feels better soon.
Me too, bro. This happened when me and Lady Monkey were much younger, and our kids were little. She had to go to work, and I was so sick, and I begged her, please do not go to work. I can't take care of the kids. And she's like, no, we need the money. I got to go to work. I'm like, all right, fine. And about half an hour later, I just called my dad. I'm like, Dad, I can't do it. So my dad and stepmom came over and they took care of the kids. I ended up with I almost ended up in the hospital over that one.
She hit you that hard?
She did. She beat my ass, bro.
Oh man, those belts, man. You give a woman leather, and they're vicious. It's like a
No,
natural instinct to hit you with it.
it's nice when you can have family around to help in situations like that. Nobody wants to be in that
Absolutely.
situation, but shit happens, man.
Well,
Still got to pay your bills and take care of your kids, you know?
and that's what family is supposed to do, is help each other out.
Yes,
You're
absolutely.
supposed to be this network that you have a safety net. They're there to give you advice, to show you how to do things, and to help you out when you absolutely need it. I mean, not like for petty shit, but
Yeah,
stuff like this, like a sickness. That's what family's for.
the only thing that really sucks is that Little Butt and my daughter are the two that are really sick, and I just want to go hug them. The middle child was really sick last week. She seems to be the one who she's patient zero.
Patient zero, yeah.
And that one's just sad because she's the one that I think every family has one of these where one of the children is just like a living cartoon. And when they get sick, there's just it feels like the whole world is wrong because they're not their happy-go-lucky selves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's our little cartoon, and she wasn't feeling well last week, and it's like, what does she need? I'll do it.
Oh,
Does she want me to kill the Ayatollah? I'll take care of that shit.
Well, I think somebody beat you to it. Although you could probably pick a number at this point, because every time they elect one, we kill one.
Did you see what the Jews did, man? There was an election to get a new Ayatollah, and they blew up the building they were having it in.
I'm sorry, that was really funny. Apparently, the IDF came out and said that they've hacked the traffic cameras in Tehran, and they've had them hacked for years, so they know. They're
just watching them. Real quick,
that's kind of funny.
Tall person, thank you. Wow, perfect timing. I just got settled in from work. By the way, did you hear about Sticks? There's a warrant out for his arrest. He was a no-show for a hearing. That dumb mother. Was he drunk? Or high or whatever the hell he's doing with himself? I don't know what's up with Sticks, man. I hope he gets whatever help he needs, because goddamn, man.
I was watching the casino, and I know you don't like those guys, but
again, it's not that I'm not a big fan of Ashton. I like Andy. I just can't watch it. It's too bombastic.
Yeah. It's good background noise because I can kind of tune in and out. So I'll play their streams like on my TV. Like I watch the Clips channel, it's the Kino Casino Clips, and they'll put like 2-3 hour clips up, and I'll have it on in the background while I'm working on videos because I hate editing. So it's nice to be able to like take a minute, look at the TV or listen to something. But they had the arrest video on there of Sticks, get the body cam video from the cops.
Yeah.
And Sticks is he needs to get some help. He had a sword on him when they arrested him.
I
don't know.
Was it a pirate sword? Because I feel like he would have a pirate sword.
Well, you would think, but he's a discount pirate. It's like cosplay pirate. So he didn't have a cool sword. And he wanted to keep his tricorner hat on in his jail cell and all this other goofy shit. I'm like, dude, get some help. You have some kind of problem.
I added you on Twitter. I'll check it out, tall person. Thanks. Connect. Thank you so much. Myron Gaines said we are lost. It just says LOS. So I think that's supposed to be lost. Myron Gaines is a retard.
Yeah, Myron Gaines is a retard.
Yeah.
Don't listen to him. He's stupid.
Yeah. All right. Back to our thingy here. Bill Clinton went up to the Hill to be deposed by, got to be careful with the word deposed. So it's a strange world out there.
It's getting weirder.
Deposed in the legal sense, not in the new Ayatollah thing. To be asked about Epstein. And for 4 hours, they asked, well, actually, for like the first half hour, they just introduce all the documents that led to this. Like, I want to introduce into the record the email from William Jefferson Clinton saying, yeah, he'd come and hang. Nobody cares about that shit. You can cut that out, okay? or give us a timestamp. I do want to point out, you see on the screen here, because this is the official release of the deposition. It says at GOP oversight. They watermarked the video of his deposition.
It's public record. I don't understand why they.
That's ours.
Yeah, you don't own that.
These assholes watermarked it.
And it's in a terrible spot, too. You don't put that in the center like a dickhead. You put it off to the side where it's not on a person.
I do appreciate that Bill has to wear a watch so big that even I can read the time on it. It makes me feel not so alone in this world with my bad eyes. But the reality of this was, it was a nothing burger. It was always going to be a nothing burger. This was, people wanted this, so we're going to do it. Do you know why a lot of people end up confessing when they get interrogated and stuff? It's because there's already mountains of evidence by the time they're brought in to give their statements and shit.
Yeah.
And in this case, the only evidence is you flew on his planes and somebody said something. So all he had to do was go, I was flying and nothing happened. And now that is the official record.
Yeah, I'm sure if there was other evidence, it's long gone.
Sure.
So we've discussed that before, but
I want all these guys drug up there, but the truth of the matter is nothing's going to come of it, because all they're going to do is go, nuh-uh. And how are you going to prove it different? There's no smoking gun here.
No, the FBI's already destroyed all the evidence. Let's be honest.
If there ever was any, it's long gone. Real quick, thank you, Shio. It's a welcome surprise to flip the script and be exploding the ragheads instead of them. Fuck you. Blowing us up. I'll just say it that way. I know you're trying to make me say words I can't say. How dare you? No, look, we'll get into the Iranian thing in a little bit. I saw somebody say that I think it was Mez, like, this is just Trump doing what Clinton did with Kosovo. No, it's not.
This is actually much more impactful than that.
And a long time coming.
Yep. No, we talked about that the other day. This probably should have happened 20 years ago.
Iran has officially been at war with us since 1979.
Yeah.
They declared war on us when they took over, and they've never taken that back.
No, they chant death to America all the time, but as soon as they started going for a nuke, this was an inevitable crash course.
We'll get to that later, though. But for right now, back to this. Nothing really happened. I did watch most of this. I'll be honest. I did not watch all 4 hours. I did get to catch Nancy Mace's, which comes near the end. And oh, God, what a shit show that was. Bill Clinton's lawyers can both go fuck themselves. I just want to say that because, dear God. They'd ask him a question, and his lawyer, the black lady there, would pipe up, wait, are you asking him this? And at one point, I'm not making this up, Nancy Mace is asking Bill Clinton, if you knew that Epstein was a shitbag, this is after his conviction, you know he's a shitbag, Ghislaine's a shitbag, why'd you keep letting them come around your daughter? And the lawyer pops up and goes, are you asking about the wedding? And then Mace's like, nobody said shit about the wedding. What are you talking about? And this kept happening over and over. There'd be a very clear question that was asked, and they would go, do you mean? It was almost like watching that ramen-haired lady talking with Jordan Peterson.
Oh, my God, yeah.
It's like, what the fuck did you hear? Because that wasn't even close to anything that was said.
Now, to be fair, that might have been a tactic. Like to try and get her to lose her train of thought.
Oh, of course it was. That doesn't make it any more tolerable.
True.
Yeah, it was just fucking annoying. And there were several times where Bill goes to answer something. No, you don't have to. They should have just let Bill answer, because Bill, whatever you think of him and what you think he might have done, he gave good answers here. Because all he had to do was go, I don't really remember that. I know I met the guy. I don't know. Motherfucker's almost 80. Who's going to actually be like, no, he knows for certain? Although there was one time, like I say, Billy Boy, you betrayed yourself a little bit. Because he's asked about the one flight attendant chick who gave him a back rub. There's a picture or something of it. And I forget who's questioning him at the time. It might have been Comer. I forget, but it doesn't matter. They ask him, does this name mean anything to you? And he, oh, yeah, I remember her because of her weird name. Her name's like Rashid or something like that. I don't care. But this is a guy who claims he doesn't remember like very specific things about conversations with Epstein, but he does remember this chick who gave him a quick back rub on a plane 30 years ago because her name was weird. Like, really? That's what you remembered about that? I don't believe you, Bill. You're a liar, and that was some shit you guys talked about in advance so that you could answer that question. She was a flight attendant on the plane, but he remembered her name, damn it. Right. I don't believe you.
Yeah, that's pretty fishy.
Thank you, Gigi. Evan, I hear Tucker Carlson is in the running for Iran's new leader. He's been going on about what Trump did was evil, short of calling him Satan. Look, the usual. Again, we'll talk about Iran later. I don't want to get too into it yet. But thank you for the donation, and thank you, Hate Camel, for becoming a member for month number 32. Thank you. Miss last show, birthday was last week. Can I get a belated song for 37 trips around the sun? Yes, you may. This one's for you, Hate Camel. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hate Camel. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, sir. I hope you had a good one. I really, really do.
Yeah, you're so young. 37.
So young. 37. God damn. The age difference between me and him is like, it's too old to date a Muslim. Back to the show.
I'm just gonna let that one sit.
My problem with this is the same problem I had with everybody. We got to get the Epstein files. We got to get them. I agree that stuff had to come out, but this kind of goes to something you and I were talking about on Twitter, Jack. I'm just going to be honest with you folks on the right now. You guys are being useful idiots for the Democrats. You really are. You are letting them play you like a fucking harp. The whole thing about this, yes, all this stuff needs to come out, but now this has become a Democratic talking point. Clinton gets up here and like, we got to expose him, and nothing is exposed. So now the Democrats can all go out there and go, they kept pointing fingers at him, and the only thing we learned is that Donald Trump said he broke up with Epstein over a land deal, which, by the way, now part of the public record.
A land deal, is that code for murder? Like he bought the farm?
Bill said that there was a dispute over, they both wanted the same plot, the same real estate, and that's what the breakup was about. And he knows this because Donald Trump, there was a charity golf event hosted by, who was it? Somebody famous. Anyway, and Donald Trump let them use the course, and he comes out there and he talks with Bill. And they have this very short conversation where, for some reason, Trump brings up that he no longer is friends with Epstein over a land deal. Yeah, I totally believe you, Bill. But now, Democrats get to repeat that nonsense.
Sure.
They are being played as useful idiots. They're playing themselves. Yes, 100%. 100%. Oh, wait. Was there another birthday? Hang on. I'm looking in our chat because I swear I see. Oh, no, that was to hate Camel.
Somebody
Okay.
has one coming up. Retro's
coming
got
up.
one coming up.
Yeah, his is Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have much else to say about this particular thing other than it was a waste of time. Hillary's was even a bigger waste of time because there's no direct connection between her and Epstein that anybody's found.
Yeah, she was so smug about the whole thing too.
Yeah. I didn't watch hers because I'm just going to be honest. I cannot listen to that bitch's voice for that long. But she's not really brought up in the files anymore.
All I hear every time no, she's not. But every time she talks, I just hear, but what difference does it matter?
Sure.
Just plays on a loop.
So you gave the Democrats 2 big wins here. Congrats. I also don't understand. Go ahead.
I would have hoped they had better prepared questions, like some evidence or something before they talk to these guys. But there just isn't anything left. I'm telling you, the feds destroyed all the evidence.
One of the questions that Bill was asked was Virginia Guthrie. What's her name? I know I'm going to fuck up her last name. The main accuser who came out, Virginia, whatever, who ended up offing herself. That's the only thing I would ask Hillary about. Like, where were you when Virginia died?
Yeah, I find that whole thing suspicious. But
I don't, with the shit that woman went through publicly, and I get it. It sucks. But they asked him, Virginia said she saw you on the island. Why would she say that? That was the question. And the lawyer's like, he can't answer why she would say something. And that's legally, that's the right thing, is to be like, you're asking him to guess what somebody else was thinking. That's not an actual legal question. Sorry. Next.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying they weren't very prepared. They should have talked to some lawyers to have the lawyers frame the questions for them, make it a little more, intelligent sounding, because some of these were amateur hour. I think we could have interrogated him better.
I hear you, but I think a lot of the problem was that they had these Congress people asking. They did let the lawyer pipe in now and then, but mostly it was this was a Senate, or a House, because this was the House, a House hearing behind closed doors as a deposition.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have these Congress people who are usually allowed to ask anything they fucking want to under any pretense of asking the question. And they were doing that same thing instead of actually asking towards motive, opportunity, criminal related shit.
Well,
so like, why did this person say
this?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. The Congress. That's what I'm saying. Like, Congress should. I mean, they have their own lawyers. Like, I'm sure Nancy Mace has a lawyer. Why didn't she go to him and say, "Hey, this is what I need to know from him. Could you frame this in a legal way so I know what to ask him?" But instead, they're just dirt.
Because that's not how Congress works. I mean, I guarantee you all of it was run past their lawyers. Not only do most of them each have their own independent lawyers, there are the House lawyers, people we pay so that our Congress people can go get legal advice from them. Connect, thank you so much. This is a bigger L for Massey. I don't know that it's a real L, because if we're being honest, right now the Epstein stuff isn't even in the news. Nobody gave a shit about this hearing. Us political wonks, but everyone else has moved on to Iran.
Yeah, this is kind of a part of our job, so we kind of need to be at least a little vaguely aware of it. But I think they were working with what they had to work with, which wasn't much.
Yeah. Which is why you don't bring him in.
Yeah, you don't bring him in unless you've got something. We all wanted to know if they would confess to something, but the Clintons are slippery. They're way too smart for that.
Bring him up there, get him on the record for his answers about the important things. Why were you on the plane? How many trips did you take? How many times did you meet him? Do you remember what you talked about in this meeting? And then let it go. Don't. Nancy Mace's question about, like, why would you let your daughter still be around him? I get what you're going for there.
Yeah.
But if we're putting on our if hat, if Bill didn't know that Ghislaine was, I know they keep saying Ghislaine. The people need to come to me. Her name is Ghislaine. I can read it.
Yeah.
But Ghislaine, not Trump, Clinton here says that he didn't know that she was his pimp. So that's why he stayed being friends with her for so long. He just didn't know. He didn't know until 2019.
Right.
Well, once he's already got that on the record, asking him why you would let your daughter be around her. Well, if I didn't know, why wouldn't I? She's just a friend of mine. This is why you don't ask dumbass questions like that. She was trying for a gotcha. Why would you let your kid around him?
Yeah, well, you gotta sneak those in a series of like yes or no questions, and they're more likely to fuck up.
If his honest answer is I didn't know, and Bill's not going to fuck up like that, even at almost 80. This is one polished motherfucker.
Yeah, and I don't particularly like Bill Clinton. I think he's kind of evil, but yeah, he's a smart kind of evil. He's not cartoonish villain evil.
Yep. And the reality is, it was a stupid question. It was a gotcha question, hoping for your viral moment. And thank you for using kids getting raped for your viral moment, Nancy. I can't tell you how great that feels as an American, that's what my leaders are doing. No, they all totally care about the Epstein files, though, man. That's why I am sure with what what Kristi Noem told us today, that the Democrats will totally be up in arms. Whoops. I did not mean to share that again. The Democrats, man, do they have some unfortunate things coming up, being that they care so much about child rape now. Kristi Noem, as far as I know, she's still testifying right now. She's up in front of the Senate right now. And she told us this.
Children.
Oh, shit. That is much lower than I thought it was. Okay, I'll just try to be quiet.
Were lost by the Biden administration, not tracked. We've located about 145,000 of them, and we've done that through the investigative work of our Homeland Security Investigations team.
Okay, the part that got cut off at the beginning there, she said that the Biden administration lost 148,000 kids.
Was it 300 and some thousand? They found 145.
Well, that they found 140,000. Yeah, you're right. There's much, much more. But these are kids who showed up at the border and they're like, yeah, take them in. Remember, like, how dare you do DNA tests to make sure that kid belongs with that, air quotes, parent? And because this is what the Biden administration was doing. They were just shuffling kids into the country. You look vaguely Mexican. You can come in. We're not going to, follow anything about where you go. We'll just trust that your Uncle Pedro there is actually your uncle. And our current Homeland Security decided, we should probably track down those kids. And they found almost 150K of them. Does that seem like a whole bunch of kids getting lost? Do you remember when they were all upset because Trump they couldn't account for all the kids under Trump? Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
But that's not the disturbing part.
They are phenomenal at the work that they do, and they specialize in child trafficking, sex trafficking, and finding individuals that would perpetuate that harm against our children.
Okay, you need to phrase that sentence a little better. Saying they specialize in child trafficking sounds like they're really good at trafficking children.
Yes, it does. Not finding and rescuing them, but it sounds like they're the ones selling them.
I know what you were going for there, Christy, but the way you said it, yeah. I don't want to be paying those guys. Thank you, Connect. Kino would be better if they didn't over exaggerate and spurg out. They were right about Stick. Sadly, dude was more, what does it say? Practical than Razor Fist. Yeah, my problem with Kino is that they do spurg out. It's that bombastic shit, but that plays well with a lot of people. I mean, if you look at some of the biggest streamers, most of them are bombastic. I've made jokes for almost a decade now about how if you want to become famous, yell on your stream. And there was a running joke when me and Satsu used to stream together, like, we need more viewers. And I would start screaming random nonsense. And oddly enough, every time I did, more people showed up. I don't know if there's some volume metric that Twitch picks up or that YouTube picks up, like, oh, he's screaming, this must be important. But anyway,
it makes you more correct, right?
Yes.
No, I could see why that would be annoying, but I don't know, it gives it kind of a carnival atmosphere, and they're obviously having a pretty good time with it. The only thing that really bothers me with those guys is the triangle, because that is loud as shit. Every time PPP gets that triangle out and hits it, that drives me up a wall.
All right. Talk about somebody who's not fat and gross. Let's go back to Christy.
What's up, Christy? Call me.
The one thing that has been challenging is that under the Biden administration, the government paid sponsors in HHS in order to host these children. And those sponsors, many times, we found instances where they trafficked these children themselves.
So the Biden administration was paying human traffickers. Great.
Yeah, I feel like her misstatement a moment ago about people being really good at human trafficking. We were paying good human traffickers, apparently, just not the folks who are catching them.
This should be major news.
Yes,
but
it should.
It's not going to be.
Again, given all the shit that they've talked about the Epstein files, Kristi Noem just told us that the Biden administration was paying child traffickers.
Yeah.
And let's be honest what we're talking about when we say that. Sex traffickers.
Oh, yeah. Pedos. Probably sending those kids to Hollywood or some other pervert's island.
So surely all of the Democrats are going to be coming out and being like, hey, we got to do something about this. Get Biden up here and make him answer. Right? All that shit's going to happen, right?
As soon as they hide all the child maids they have working for them, yes.
Under that administration, we not only had children that were in this country as a part of a program, the government was paying individuals that were knowingly trafficking them and abusing them. That has stopped. We have gone through and found these children and put them back with their families when we have the opportunity to do so, and with loved ones that will care for them. I would say that even in one case, we have other countries where we've been working with them to get their children back home.
A few of them we had to drown in a bucket, but you know.
Did I mention Bill Clinton testified yesterday?
Yeah.
And this is not going to get the attention it deserves.
No.
You're not going to have Congress people up there bitching about it. Maybe Massey will come out and be like, hey, what about this? But for the most part, it's just going to go away.
Yeah. When I saw that video, I stumbled across it. I thought it was an exaggeration in the text, and I'm watching the video, and I was like, what the absolute fuck?
Yeah.
What? We did what now under Biden? No, that is unacceptable. People should be in jail for this, but it's just going to go out of the news and be forgotten about. A little anecdote, a footnote in a textbook somewhere that nobody reads.
I still volunteer to be her pool boy. I'm sure that's a long line, dude.
Yeah, stop trying to steal my jobs.
Look, Kristi Noem, whatever you think of her, that chick is hot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She is adorable.
I want to play Cowboys and Indians with her. She could take me captive.
All right, enough depressing stuff. Let's get on to something funny, shall we? I have not laughed this hard in a long time.
What's this?
This is a game called Overcooked 2, where you run around and you make orders for the people that you have NPC characters who make orders, and you have to make the food and cook the buns and then cook the meat and then put it together and deliver it. It's
Okay.
yeah, it's a fun little game. I don't dislike the game at all. It's not one I've played very much, but it is fun. But why we're talking about it is way funnier.
Oh God.
We got to take out the music. I'm sorry. Let's try that again. Women's Day. A celebration of the voices shaping the world we play in. Twitch Women's Guild. All right, that's enough. For International Women's Day, which is apparently coming up next week, Jack.
Oh, no.
Twitch has decided that all the female gamers should get together and play a cooking simulator.
As soon as I saw Women's Day, I thought that was where this might be going. But they're actually doing it.
They're actually doing that. That is a real thing. For International Women's Day,
Get in the kitchen.
women in a virtual kitchen.
Is there a laundry simulator they're going to play after that?
Oh my God. This has to be a troll. Whoever came up with this had to be fucking with them.
I hope so. I hope not. I hope this is real.
This is an absolutely real thing. This is from the verified Twitch Rivals account.
You know, there's two people in the world that I know that could pull this off in a meeting. Like, all right, what are we doing for International Women's Day? And completely deadpan, you and my buddy Neil are the only two I think can pull it off with a straight face, where you say, what if we have them play Overcooked 2?
Yeah,
that's a good idea. That's a very popular game.
There we go. Real quick, let me get these. Thank you, Kyle. This is Kyle. But Monkey, a man with Tourette's, said the N-word with black people in the room. That's far more important than the Biden administration paying child traffickers. Yeah, that whole Tourette's thing, everybody who got up in their feelings over that can go fuck themselves. And Connect, thank you. Even if you attempt to lock them up, Judge Lower or Supreme will block it. It's a running gag. Are you talking about like the Clintons or
probably child traffickers?
Child traffickers, yeah, that's not. Yeah, the judge would put an injunction on it, of course.
Oh, naturally.
The next event is who can finish his story in the shortest time. My wife has a habit of telling me the same story over and over again, and I enjoy hearing her talk, so I don't stop her. And the other day, she told me a story. It took her half an hour to tell me the story. That the first time she told me, it only took her 10 minutes. But I like to hear her talk, so I just sat there and smiled and nodded along where I was supposed to. Anyway, she's always done that, going like back to when we first got together, when we were still, this isn't like an old lady thing. We were in high school and she was doing that shit. I just like to hear. You guys have heard her voice. Now, Bill Clinton, I understand if I was him, I'd be like, nah, you told me that one, because I've heard his wife's voice and fuck that.
Yeah. I don't. Is Hillary like a real woman, or is she some sort of harpy hybrid creature?
I don't know what the fuck that bitch is. She's a demon hellspawn. But anyway, back to this. I was wondering if there's other games that would be great for International Women's Day for women to play. Like if there was a pregnancy simulator. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
There's several horse simulators. They should give that one a go.
Is there an OnlyFans simulator?
I'm sure there is at this point.
I can't do the math. You have to hire an accountant.
They put a cooking game as the game.
That's so funny, dude.
You couldn't do like Stardew Valley or some cozy game. You went with Overcooked 2.
You know, when I worked at GameStop, those Cooking Mama games were really, really popular with the girls.
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of a natural thing for women to like children crave the minds, but girls crave the kitchen as well. So it's just
I
part of their genetics.
Doesn't this seem though like something like uh some misogynist dude would have done as a joke?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like somebody sat in a meeting and pitched this.
Sorry, what is context on this? For International Women's Day, Twitch has decided all the women on Twitch should be playing a cooking simulator. I'd like look, Overcooked 2 is a fun game. It is. I'm just looking at the optics of this, right?
Yeah, somebody did not think this through.
Like, was Gold Digger Simulator not available? We just
Do you
want to
think
keep
there's
us in the kitchen, and we want to be in the virtual kitchen.
is there a domestic abuse simulator?
Yeah, it's called GTA.
Oh,
What's the problem? The problem is that this is exactly what we're told, men think of women. They just belong in the kitchen.
yeah, this is sexism 101.
It
Like,
is. This will be like, for International Black People Day. Let's play Cotton Picker Simulator.
or fried chicken eating contest simulator. So, for white people to be like, harvest the mayonnaise.
I love GTA. I love GTA, man. I've played through. I think GTA is one of the few games I've played through twice on stream. Should have made it Warhammer 40K. I get why they're doing it. This is the funny part of it is I get why they're doing it because Jack's right. This is a game that is more female focused,
Yeah.
or if not female focused, that females it resonates with them better. That's not to say men don't play it. I played the fuck out of cooking games.
Yeah, but there's certain types of games that women like to play, and the cooking simulators, the merge games like Candy Crush and Gossip Harbor, those kind of things. Chicks love those things.
But see, they could have done it. I mean, you could have done The Sims. Chicks love The Sims.
Oh yeah.
Especially The Sims 4, which is the gay version of The Sims. So there's tons of other ones you could have went with, and you went with Cooking Simulator. That just it fucking blows my mind that they're this unaware.
Yeah.
I mean, god damn.
Real quick here. Thank you, tall person. I didn't forget you, Mr. Jack. Annual reminder that International Women's Day and National Be Naughty Day fall on the same day, March 8th. Oh, nice. That reminds me, my car insurance is due that day.
My mom loves the puzzle games with finding objects and such. Lady Monkey's played a bunch of those too. But Lady Monkey also was, one of our chief DPS in WoW. So she has an eclectic sense of fun games.
Yeah. I played one of these.
Her favorite game right now is Fortnite.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. She plays a lot of Fortnite.
I played one of these food simulators where you're running a restaurant, but it was all cats. It was weirdly addictive. Weirdly addictive. Well, like the idle miner kind of things.
Well, these kind of games, I mean, in their simplest form, they are a puzzle game.
Yeah. You're assembling things from the pieces and whatnot.
Yeah. So, I mean, and puzzle games do very well with women going all the way back to Myst, man.
Yeah. I hated that game.
I get the attraction of it. It was just too boring for me.
Yeah. It was the least exciting game I probably played for 20 years.
Anyway, energy prices are up 50% in Europe, so fuck your stupid war. Maybe they should have made better decisions about where they got their oil from. I love the Myst series. Lots of people do. I'm just not one of them. I don't have like a genuine hatred of it. It just wasn't made. That's not for me. It's not my kind of game.
Yeah. No, it was a huge game. People love Myst. And what was the other one? Riven, the sequel?
Yeah.
Something like that. But they were huge games, and I knew a lot of people that played them. Just wasn't for me.
part of their popularity was a massive influx of female gamers who played it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not taking anything away from women or anything, or the guys who play the game, but the reason it got so big was women.
Yeah, they found a market that
Yeah.
would actually bring girl gamers in, and good for them. That they made a ton of money off of it.
They did indeed. I guess we should talk about Iran for a minute, because people were asking about it and such. We didn't really delve deep into the Iran war last time we
Got
talked.
away. Moving too fast.
I'm just gonna be honest. I'm okay with what we're doing. I'm not okay with boots on the ground. I'm not okay with occupying the country unless we're gonna take it for ourselves and just keep it.
Yeah, if we're not making it a state, then no.
Yeah. But as far as blowing up a bunch of fucking shitbag terrorists who have been sponsoring the worst terrorists around the world for decades in front of everybody and giving us the finger while they do it, fuck them. I'm glad they're dead.
Yeah, evil people died. Boo-hoo. Don't really care. And I find it even funnier that Zelensky's whining that this might interrupt the munitions that he needs. Oh,
Whoops.
yeah. Well, maybe you should end your stupid war and just admit defeat, dude.
Bro, I saw a video the other day. The Ukrainians are fighting back and they're winning.
No, they're not.
Like, stop it. Stop it.
That's fucking delusional at this point. They're running out of men. They're running out of money. Probably not as much as they should be because they embezzled a bunch of it. But there's only so much you could do. The most they could do is hold the line. That's all they're ever going to be able to do.
Now we're stalling the entire world economy. We're not stalling the entire world economy. Oil prices will spike for a little bit until people realize we still have plenty of oil going out.
This stuff happens all the time. You get like little panic surges for a few weeks, and then it calms down again.
Yeah, you'll have gas speculators.
Yeah, because people are bidding on futures, and it's going to spike the price. But they'll just reroute where the gas is going to and from. They'll find someone else to buy it from. The Russians will make a fortune off of this because they'll sell their oil. So
fuck, it's a perfect opportunity for Venezuela to make a bunch of money.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And it should incentivize us to look at how we do things too, so that we do more stuff domestically, because these kind of wars pop off. Look at Ukraine. And you can tell we're not doing boots on the ground because they're not doing any troop movements. There should be massive troop movements toward the Middle East. Instead, it's just planes. There's like some support stuff and aircraft carriers. It's all naval stuff.
Jim says OPEC is already committed to increasing production. Oh, there you go.
Understatement says, like money.
Understatement says, I'd just rather not spend the money or time if we aren't really solving the issue. I mean, that's fair, but it depends on what you think the issue is.
Yeah, like I've been saying, this was an inevitable conflict that was going to happen eventually. It's better to have it before they get a nuke. Should have happened a long time ago, though.
Oh, absolutely. But everybody's been so afraid of doing anything because we don't depose leaders.
Because our politicians are more afraid of bad press than they are about doing their goddamn jobs.
Well, I mean, there is some. I do get it in a way because let's be honest, we haven't always backed the right horse, Jack.
Yeah, well, our politicians are not the smartest bulbs.
This shit has come back and bit us in the ass a few times, but when it comes to like Iran, frankly, Reagan should have taken them out. With the shit they were pulling back in the 80s. But instead, Obama comes in and we get this new era of appeasement, and like, no, just give him a bunch of money. That's how we're gonna stop them from getting the bombs. We'll give them a bunch of money, and this will stop them from getting bombs for about 20 years.
It didn't. It just accelerated things.
Yeah, and there's no proof that there was actually a major slowdown after we gave them however many billions it was in unmarked bills on pallets.
Yeah, they just had more money to build facilities to hide it better.
It was like a fucking ransom drop, man. No non-sequential unmarked bills. Look, these are people. I know some of y'all out there don't want to believe this, but if given the chance, Iran absolutely would kill you in your home right now.
Yeah.
The regime. I know that not the people. Yeah, we're talking about the regime. Okay. They absolutely would.
Well,
and they would dance about it.
There's probably a lot of the people that would too, because it's generational brainwashing. You know, you're looking at what, 40 years they were in power. They've had plenty of time to brainwash generations of people into absolutely hating us. And there's probably half a dozen sleeper cells lurking around. I mean, that guy in Texas was a lone wolf. I don't think he was on the payroll, but
I don't think you need sleeper cells. I think lone wolves are bad enough.
Oh, absolutely. But I don't doubt they had some sleeper cells here.
The real question for us is, what is our goal here? And I don't think that has been articulated well enough.
No, the messaging hasn't been particularly great.
No, and look, I saw somebody today. Well, what is the reason? Is it for the Iranian people to be free? Is it to stop nukes? Is it to stop terrorism? It can be all of those things. But we do need a end goal. Like, okay, when do we stop dropping the bombs? What has to happen for us to stop dropping bombs?
Yeah.
And that I don't think has been articulated well at all. I don't think I've seen anything about that. It's all vague, like when they stop their shit. Their shit is kind of vague, honestly.
Yeah, it's just another one of those things where you got to get some better PR people and explain things better, why you're doing what you're doing.
All right, let's bring this story up and upset some more folks in the audience.
Is it about how sexy we are?
No, it's Colin Gray. His son Corey shot up a school a couple of years ago, and Colin was just found guilty of murder because of it.
What?
Yeah. He was found guilty of 2 counts of second-degree murder, 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter, and a whole bunch of counts of abusing children. Now, this is a special case, and I need to address that part first, because Corey, his son who did the shooting, the FBI had been to his house because they'd been alerted to Discord messages of him talking about shooting up the school. And he denied it, and the police looked and they couldn't actually trace the Discord messages back to his house. There's a lot of testimony from his family saying the kid had mental health issues and that he needed to get help. And instead of getting his son help, he got his son an AR-15 and ammo.
Oh, that case. Okay, I know which one this is now.
Yeah. I get why people want this father punished, but I can't support this. I can't. He didn't do it. He didn't shoot anybody. And it's very easy to sit here and say he should have known. But should have known and did know are entirely different things. This isn't like he drove him to the school with the gun and said, "Have a good day, son," knowing that he had the gun, and then he shot people up and like, I didn't know he'd do that.
Yeah. I mean, look, I get the rage. I really do.
Sure.
But if this guy didn't know that's what the kid's intentions were, he may just be an idiot.
Yeah.
But the kid made the choice. He planned it out. He's the one that committed the evil acts. This guy's just a retard.
Yes, exactly. I don't feel good saying that this guy shouldn't go to jail, because my feelings are like, no, somebody should pay for this. You bought your kid a gun when you've been told he's mentally unstable and that there was some evidence that he might want to shoot up a school. However, I don't think any parent really wants to believe their kid's going to do something like this.
No, most people won't even conceive of the possibility of it. So,
And the idea of you should have known, this is a case. I mean, how many school shootings are there? And I know somebody goes, there's hundreds a year. Okay, there's hundreds a year. There's thousands of schools. There's millions of children. Couple hundred is a statistical anomaly.
yeah,
So
no
the
one
idea
wants to
that
think it's their kid.
you should have known he was going to do it. Or he could have had a kid who's an edgy shithead who says stupid shit online.
Yeah.
Because there's tons of those. I mean, Ethan Klein said that somebody should blow up a building. Did he go blow up a building?
Not
So
yet.
I get the rage. I get why people think that. But if we can't run a society like that where you're blaming other people for what one person did. If he had knowledge, sure. But there's no evidence that he had knowledge. It's all based on he should have known.
Yeah, like they probably could have hit him with contributing to delinquency or an accessory charge of some kind for giving him the gun, but you're not getting real time out of those. They want blood.
Hundreds a year. I want proof. I want to say that the last thing I saw said there were like 200 last year, 205 or something like that. I forget the exact number. But you have to remember a lot of those school shootings are like gang violence, or there was a shooting around a school. It wasn't even at the school.
They counted that one where the cop accidentally discharged his gun in the bathroom or something.
Yeah. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. Let's take their worst case scenario. Let's double their worst case scenario. 500 a year. Do you know how many kids go to school each day?
Thousands, hundreds
Millions.
of thousands.
Millions of children go to schools in our schools every day. And 500 a year? I mean, and again, that is a vast exaggeration of what's actually happened. I think it depends on the timing of the purchase. If it was made aware of his child's problems and then bought the gun the following week, well, that's a bad look. Again, bad look doesn't necessarily equal criminal liability.
Yeah, we're not saying this guy's a dumbass for doing it, but that doesn't make him a murderer, you know.
This was an emotional verdict. What jury was going to let this guy walk after this school shooting? No, it's absolutely an emotional verdict. And don't quote me on this, but I swear I read that it was a pretty quick verdict.
Probably.
But this guy isn't the murderer, but now he's been found guilty of 2 murders. That's just wrong. It's the reverse of sins of the father.
Yeah.
It's sins of the son.
Yeah, you shouldn't be held liable for somebody else's crimes unless you knowingly participated he wasn't the getaway driver or anything. He's just an idiot who made a poor choice about getting his kid something to try and appease him or get him to change his ways or whatever his reasoning is.
He shares the responsibility for buying his unlicensed kid the gun. He played an action in the deaths. Okay, let me ask you this. If the kid didn't shoot up the school, what should he be charged with? Because you brought up that he bought it for an underage kid, which, as far as I know, you can buy a gun for a child. What was this, in Texas? Georgia. A lot of states where kids can't own guns, parents can still own guns on their behalf and such. But if the shooting doesn't happen, is it still a crime? Because if you can't say it's still a crime without these people being shot, then he has no culpability. Just saying. So, yeah, this guy, look, I get why people are. I saw one person, I don't care what you say, he deserves this. Oddly enough, that came from a woman. Get out of your feelings. Get out of your feelings and put this to logic, reason, and legality. And
you're asking a woman to do that?
No, I'm asking all people to do that.
Okay.
because this is a very slippery fucking slope.
Yeah, this is dangerous.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't like the direction this sort of thing goes in, because the extrapolation is, well, we're gonna have to lock your whole family up because your genetic line is tainted.
Underage means hang on. Underage means the parents still have responsibility for their kids, like having a kid with a driving permit, driving their drunk parent home, and the parent gets the DUI.
So if your kid's in a gang, do you go to jail for that?
I don't think that the parents should get a DUI for that. I feel like there should be a separate charge for having an underage person driving you home.
Yeah, that's usually like child endangerment.
Reckless endangerment, not drunk driving, because you weren't driving.
At that point, that's kind of the more minor crime.
Unless the kid did it. But let's use your driving example. Your kid has a driver's license, and they get behind the wheel. You didn't know they were drinking, and they kill somebody. Are you responsible? Well, in today's day and age, they want to hold bartenders responsible for people drunk driving, which is retarded. Did you push the kid to the gang? He didn't push this kid to go shoot people. Oh, was somebody asking why people are typing in caps? Sorry, guys, I have trouble seeing. I am going blind, and so yeah, people type in caps so I can see it better. This is like the new law in Jersey for charging parents for kids' actions, which is also stupid. Yeah, do you remember there used to be laws, truancy laws, where if your kid was skipping school too much, you could be held responsible for it. You could get fines for it.
Yeah.
And we've mostly done away with those because we realize the only real way to make that work is if you give people the right to literally beat the shit out of their children if they're not doing what they're supposed to.
Shot collars.
Shot collars. There you go. I mean, I believe there's a lot of abdication of responsibility with parents and kids these days, but there is only so much a parent can do. You guys were kids once. Any of you guys ever do shit your parents didn't know about, or were you guys, liars?
I was a good boy. I didn't do nothing. What you're talking about?
I did tons of shit I knew my mom didn't want me doing.
Well, I was an angel.
And before anybody, you weren't I was disciplined well. I was spanked like literally every day till I was 13. It's not like I didn't know the rules. I didn't know the consequences. I just didn't give a shit. And what are you going to do? Hold my mom responsible for what I did? She tried, man. She tried. Was that song Mama Tried? Who sang that?
I have no idea.
Was that Waylon? I want to say it was Waylon Jennings, but don't quote me. Mama Tried is a great song. I just want to bring this one up because it made me laugh. I didn't know about it. It's from the other day, but I saw on Twitchy because I follow Politibunny, who you should be following because she's funny as shit and I love her.
The restraining order is not allowed to do that.
I know. Isn't she adorable?
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna back this up. So Dave Portnoy put out a tweet, and this is his tweet concerning Iran, and he basically saying there's a whole bunch of podcasters out there pretending they know what the president knew and they don't know shit. I'm paraphrasing. I'll leave it on screen for a second. You can pause it and read it yourself. Well, Eric Swalwell decided he was going to jump into this.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
And Eric tweets out, "Stick to sports. You're at least half right there. Your whiny ass ain't going to an Iran battlefield anytime soon. It'll be poor kids from where I grew up. Life must be pretty comfy in your suite. Stick to judging your favorite pizzas. The adults will sort out the wars." Couple of things, Eric. You are bought and paid for by the Chinese, okay?
Yeah.
Maybe you should sit this one out. You know what? Let's let Dave answer, because this was fucking epic. Hey, Eric, I'd never heard of you, but quick Google search said you were literally removed from the House Intelligence Committee for having your office infiltrated by a Chinese spy named Fang Fang. Can't even make it up. Maybe sit out the national security lectures. Politicians, man. Yeah, Eric, shut the fuck up, bro. You have literally no room to be talking about anything in intelligence, talking about foreign intelligence, national intelligence, or,
street smarts.
Smarts.
The common sense.
You are literal bought and paid for Chinese asset, because all Dave brings up is Fang Fang. Don't forget, the reason we found out about Fang Fang is because the Chinese were looking for politicians that they could elevate in our system. And one of them was Eric.
Can we point out that Eric Swalwell is one of the reasons why there's labels on things?
Eric Swalwell is the reason you should never take your kids to, oh, dude. Pyrus, I'm so sorry to hear that. Somebody he knew passed away from brain cancer. Get an F in chat. Guys, let's get some Fs in chat there.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Yeah, fuck cancer. We give our Fs for respect and for fuck cancer. He's trying so hard to get away from that. He really is. But Eric wants to be known as a smart clapback kind of guy. He wants to be the AOC of white guys. And every time he tries, he ends up getting bitch slapped like this. So
that's because he's not smart.
He's an idiot. You're gonna step up. Look, I don't have the highest opinion of Portnoy. I think he's fine, but he's got his own little issues. We'll just say it that way. I don't follow like Barstool or anything like that. Frankly, I think a lot of his takes, especially on sports, are pedestrian at best. But he's good at his job, and part of his job is, being on the internet and getting attention for it. Maybe, Eric, you should stick to the kind of people you could beat up, the poor kids in your neighborhood. Fucking idiot. I just loved it. It made me laugh so hard when I read that I had to share it because that's funny. What else did I have? Oh, where's that UN video? Oh my God. This one, I don't even know what the fuck to say about this video. I don't know who this guy is. I don't really care, but this is the United Nations, and he's giving us a warning about their financial collapse, which is fine because fuck the UN. But anyway.
Oh, let me cry. Hold on.
The Secretary General has, as you know, repeatedly made clear the problem both of non-payment of dues by member states.
He said dues, not Jews. Relax.
And
no, I'm pretty sure he said Jews, but he meant dues. The non-payment of Jews. Little greedy bastards.
The related problem of the UN being forced to repay member states for budget expenses that it does not, budget money that it does not spend.
Okay, I just want to bring this into stark relief here. They're having a problem where some members aren't paying their bills. They're not, like Zimbabwe is supposed to pay $1,000 and they're like, we ain't got $1,000, bro. The other problem is that if they don't spend the money, they have to return it to the countries, which for politicians is just what? They don't understand that notion.
That's antithetical to their entire existence.
So those two factors have put us on an unsustainable trajectory. Although,
oh damn! Oh no! You end up being effectual.
More than 150 member states paid their dues last year. We ended 2025 with a record $1.56 billion in outstanding dues, which is more than double that of the previous year.
1.5 billion that they can't pay.
He said Jews that time. I'm certain of it.
I'm fairly certain he's had several Freudian slips with that.
Yeah. His voice does not match how he looks.
No.
So unless either the payments come in,
he sounds like he should be making a video about why Anita Sarkeesian was right.
Yeah, or like how to like fix your hard drive or something, like some technical shit. Like this dude needs a pocket protector.
or we're not compelled to spend to return the monies that we are not able to spend because we
Spit
didn't
it out, Poindexter.
because we didn't receive the budget. Unless one of those two things.
He just said that they money that they didn't spend because they didn't get the budget. So what's bankrupting them is money they did not spend and having to return it to the people that they got it from. What? But we didn't spend this money, and having to give it back is going to make us go bankrupt. He's arguing here, Jack, that they shouldn't have to return money to the member states if they didn't spend the money.
And, shocking. A politician that doesn't want to give money back.
And the reason that they would have to do that is because they can't cover all their bills because of the people who aren't paying. Here's what you do. Kick them out.
Yeah, it's not that difficult.
Kick them out and cut back your spending. I know, but this is how we avoid world wars.
Bullshit. They haven't prevented anything.
No.
The UN's a fucking joke. They're a bunch of pencil pushers that find ways to steal our money because we're the biggest contributor to the UN.
And do you realize how much money New York could get for that plot of land?
Oh, absolutely.
But we have this ineffectual, apparently financially bankrupt as well as morally bankrupt United Nations, whose argument is we shouldn't have to give the money back. That's what this is really all about.
Yeah.
And all because some of them aren't paying their dues. What you should do is kick those ones out.
Look, the head of various organizations within the UN need coke and hookers. And by not paying your dues, they can't get their coke and hookers. Won't you adopt a member nation today so they can have coke and hookers too?
New York would sell it to the Iran caliphate cheap, probably.
Yeah, probably.
I'm just tired. We have all of these institutions, right? Like NATO is another one. Like member states are not meeting their obligations. Kick them out. Kick them out.
Yeah. So when have they ever met their obligations? They just parasitically leech off of us and be like, you go be our police force.
You're getting money from 150 nations here at the UN that are paying their dues. They're doing what they're supposed to do, as ineffective as I think the organization is, Jack.
Fact.
That leaves what, a maximum of 40 other countries that might be part of it. I don't know what all countries. I don't know how many countries are in the UN, but last I knew there was like 192 countries on the planet.
Yeah, it's ridiculous numbers.
So what we're talking about is at most, a quarter of them are not paying their bills. And your answer is we should get to keep the money from the people who are. Is this not just the way of the commie world, man?
Yeah, the fiscal irresponsibility is staggering.
Instead of being like, all right, fuck them, let them fend for themselves. And they're like, you guys got to make up for it because they're not doing what they're supposed to. Yeah. What exactly do they do? Nothing. Mostly nothing. They make a lot of resolutions about how much they don't like what Israel does. They put people like Iran, North Korea, Cuba, China on the Human Rights Council, because they're renowned for their human rights. They occasionally send peacekeepers overseas to watch as people slaughter each other. Jack pointed out that a lot of hookers and blow in New York would lose some funding without them.
Yeah.
What else do? They lecture us about how we should do things. They like to do that.
Yeah, they try and meddle in our affairs all the time, and they commit crimes on American soil and get away with it because they're diplomats.
Yeah, they many of them have been caught, banging underage prostitutes.
Yeah. Occasional murders, stuff like that.
Yeah. So what do? Nothing important.
Nothing of any use to anybody.
The UN idea, I get why they wanted it. I mean, we're just coming out of the Second World War when the UN's founded. And like, we got to keep this from happening again.
Nations. Yeah.
Well, League of Nations leads us to the United Nations because of the much like the Articles of Confederation lead to the Constitution. The problem is when it comes to the UN, you can't.
Yeah.
It's a world government with no teeth. And you can't have a government with no teeth. That's not a government. That's a bunch of guys sitting around going, this is how you should behave. Nor do I think they should have any teeth. Fuck them. I don't want, I don't even know who the general or the head of the UN is right now.
I don't either. Look, the United Nations is the political version of Milli Vanilli. They're out there doing stuff, but they're not actually doing anything. It's just sort of an act.
The UN stopped the Nazis and their roaming band of dinosaurs. Yes, that's what they did. No, I get the idea behind it, but it's supposed to be a place where world leaders can come together and talk. And one, we don't need that anymore. This isn't 1945 anymore. The way that you have a conversation with a world leader isn't by having to fly to their house. You can literally do it over a smartphone. You don't need the red phone anymore. We can get anybody at the drop of a hat. It can all be done much, much easier without a bunch of shitbag diplomats coming to my country doing heinous shit on my soil and being like, you can't touch me. And then telling me I'm a bad person as they, cut off the clit of little girls.
Yeah.
Most of these countries are shitholes. They shouldn't have any vote. There's a lot of talk about how there's only the 6 permanent members and only they have the overriding vetoes. Like every country should have that right. Frankly, China shouldn't even be in there. China's only in there because the Japanese were fucking with the Chinese in World War II.
Yeah, look, if you're a known human rights abuser, you shouldn't be in there. Why is Iran in there? Why is Lebanon? Why is Chad in there? Why is China? There's a dozen countries you can name off the top of your head that you're like, you've done egregious human rights abuses. You don't get a vote.
But the reality is this is what we watched here is just the political way of thinking.
Yeah.
Like we shouldn't have to give money back and we should carry those freeloaders. And no,
it's all sitting around talking, which is how politicians think things get resolved. And that's not true.
Hey, it's not just that. I mean, by law, they have to give money back that's not spent, which does mean we get a tiny little check from them each year. And now they're like, no, we get to keep that money. No, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I really don't know why we're still in the UN. They've done nothing but shit on us for decades.
Because it's what is done. That's all. That's it.
That's just stupid.
All right, I got to talk about this because, again, it's not often I get good news. The trailer for Scary Movie dropped.
I saw that yesterday.
And it actually looks pretty good.
I was impressed. I thought it actually looked like it might be funnier than the last couple. So,
well, the Wayans brothers haven't really been involved with it since the second one, and they're back in charge. So
yeah, it showed.
It does. This moment right here on the screen. Can we get away with showing a clip? I wonder if we can. Here, we're gonna do it anyway. Worst case, I get hit for something.
Hey there, we heard tell of a Halloween party. We're here to drink, play bad music, do some half gay shit.
Why just half gay?
I laughed so hard at that fucking line. Ray's gayness through the series is one of the greatest parts of that whole fucking movie.
I was glad they brought Doofy back.
Yes, because he's not in the second one at all. But they also have Sherry O'Terry. That's whose finger, or there's that scene from the first movie where she sucks on his finger and then gets that look on her face. But I'm almost positive that's her. She's much, much older now in that scene with Doofy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that first movie is at least 20 years old, probably older, because Scream was what, 95?
Yeah.
Which I love the Scream franchise. So
I just watched a Scary Movie again last night because of this trailer. Hey, Terry, smell my finger. Oh, what is that? My ass. Yeah, I love that scene.
Put on these shoulder pads.
One of my favorite scenes of that is where they do the knockoff of how the killer calls Sydney when she's at her friend's house, and Dewey comes running out to answer the phone. And in this one, Doofy comes running out and he's carrying the vacuum.
Yeah.
Which relates to another joke in the movie. If you haven't seen it, you should really watch it. I need to rewatch those. It's been a while. One holds up much better than two, largely because two was based on like haunting movies rather than slasher flicks.
Yeah, they were going for what, Paranormal Activity kind of stuff.
Yeah, Hell House and those kind of things.
Yeah. I saw the one where they did Signs and The Ring combined, and I saw it in the theater, and I was like, what is this dog shit? I paid money for this.
I think I don't have a good memory of 3, 4, and 5. I know I've seen them all, but they were so unremarkable. It's kind of like the movie. Oh fuck, what's the one? Vampires Suck.
Oh,
the one's based on Twilight. The only funny part about that movie is the werewolf chasing cars. I don't know why it makes me laugh every time.
Because that's funny.
Yeah, but when it comes to the Scary Movie one, with the ones that the Wayans brothers did, one is a much better movie just because the slashers, they lend themselves to it much better. There's some great moments in two, like where Sydney tells the guy, we should just be friends. And so he starts treating her like he would a male friend, gives her like a major wedgie at one point, punches her in the chest. Oh, better watch it, A-Cup. One of the funniest lines in the whole movie.
Yeah.
But we've seen so many, reboots and stuff where they suck, and you can tell they suck from the trailers. I didn't see anything about this one that made me go, I'm not going to watch that. In fact, this one made me go, wonder if Lady Monkey'd like to go to the movies. She's not as big a Wayans brother fan as I am.
Yeah, but you can make her go anyway.
You love me, don't you? I can't drive myself. I'm blind.
Just tell me you don't love me. It's okay.
And I live in a very, very white area. We'll have the theater all to ourselves. I'm just saying. But yeah, I did get excited seeing that trailer because it's been a while since I've seen a trailer that made me go, yes, I got to go see that. Did we talk about this one? I don't think we did. This is from the other day. This is actually from over a week ago now, I think. This is a press conference. Where is this at? Hang on, let me get that before I It's somewhere in California. I don't remember where. But we're not going to watch the press conference. I'm just going to put it on the screen so you guys can see what we're talking about. There's a program in California, Jack, where if a criminal has been in jail long enough, they just let him go.
Yeah. It's California. They don't believe in prison.
There's two different ways. It's something like if you're 50 and you've been in jail for 25 years, or if you're 60 and you've been in for 20 years.
Or
Something
they
like that.
just feel like it.
And no, this is the actual law. And it's important because in this case, the one that the sheriff is talking about, they're letting a guy go who repeatedly raped children. And the notion behind it, Jack, is if you've been in jail that long, chances of you repeating your behavior, you wouldn't do it again.
Unless you're a pedophile.
This guy, I want to say it was like 9 children, something like that. It was a bunch of kids that this guy raped. And California is turning his ass loose because he's been in there too long. How are you going to have a system with life imprisonment where this guy, he should be in jail till he's like 300 years old based on the sentences he got?
Yep.
But they're like, he's 65 now. Now his fingers are ribbed for their pleasure.
Yeah, they're going with the good enough rule. Yeah.
Why even have laws with life in prison if shouldn't it just be, hey, until you're 60? And why would you keep somebody locked up for the exact same crime, right? For touching kids in this case. But if they went into jail when they're 50, well, then you can keep them for life. But if they went into jail when they're 40, at 65, they get out. Is it the age or the time in the rape center? Let's be honest about what prisons are. Do you think getting raped for the last 25 years has just made him less likely to touch kids?
To be fair, most of the chomos are put in their own little segregated units, so they're probably the only people not getting raped.
That's fair. Well, till they get caught. That's not that old. It's really not. 65 is not what it used to be.
Yeah.
How did he live that much time in jail with the label on him? Look, because what Jack was talking about, most sex offenders go into segregated population because of the dangers that they face in the Gen Pop. Yeah. Wouldn't want that child molester to get hurt.
Oh, heavens, no.
And frankly, I wouldn't, but because that's not what they're there for. We don't use criminals as a means of justice. I mean, it's funny when it happens, but it's not what we should be doing. We should have this shit regimented like a Chinese prison to where they don't even have time to get a boner, much less use it on somebody. But we're America, and we got to make sure that they can work out and watch television and not have cruel and unusual punishment.
Nope. Supermaxes, you're out for 1 hour a day in this tiny little broom closet yard.
I want to go back to what was considered. Look, we can ban everything that was considered cruel and unusual when cruel and unusual was written in the Constitution.
Yep.
That's what I think we should go back to. Instead, we got the Supreme Court going, nope, it's cruel and unusual not to let them have TVs.
That's so fucking dumb.
Yeah, fuck that noise. But yeah, this pissed me off so bad, especially when it comes to child molesters. Look, the recidivism rate in criminals in general is bad.
Oh, yeah.
But when it comes to pedophiles,
it's almost 100%.
Yeah. And he's 65 now isn't an answer. Like that, the next kid that gets touched, what are you going to tell him? Hey, at least he was 65. Now it was like your grandpa touching you instead of your uncle. That'll be great for those kids to hear. Democrats, tell me again how much you care about pedophilia, how much you care about the kids.
Don't worry, they'll try and outlaw Viagra or hold them responsible for it.
Oh, this is gross, man. And look, I get it. California has a prison population issue. Bring back the death penalty. You got a whole lot of lifers in there. You could be clearing that shit right up.
You would think so.
Yeah, anyway. 65 is way too young. I I don't think that in a case like that, this guy should have never gotten out of prison. I don't care if he was 85, 105, 115.
Life is life.
Yeah, this motherfucker raped kids. Fuck him. He doesn't get to see the light of day outside of those gray walls ever again.
There was a case I read about a few days ago where this lady was getting sent to jail for like 22 years, and she did a year and a half.
That
And then they
sounds
cut her
right.
loose. Yeah, I was like, that is beyond ridiculous. They need to sort this shit out and stop letting criminals out. Oh, we don't have enough jail space. Hey, here's an idea. Let's build more prisons.
Yeah, I do think some people go to jail for too long. I think because of high profile cases and stuff, we've gone ridiculous in the sentences people get. You go back and watch things like Bonnie and Clyde videos, things telling you about them. And you find out Clyde had been in prison several times for bank robbery, and then he served his time. So you can get out now. And now we're like, oh, you robbed a bank, you got to go to jail for 30 years.
Yeah, but back in like 1930, you didn't want to go to jail. It was scary as fuck.
Fair.
Because now they're like hotels. People are like, oh, I don't mind going to jail. Fuck off.
Jail should not be a fun place to be. I'm not saying it has to be a torture thing, but it shouldn't be fun. But I do think we need to kind of have a conversation about, okay, how long should somebody really spend in jail for this? You murdered somebody, you never get to come back out. Frankly, in my perfect world, you murder somebody, bye. You're raping children, you never get to come back out. You're in there forever. You knocked over a liquor store once, 5, maybe 10. Some of our sentencing is ridiculous, and a lot of that is why we have such overcrowded prisons. And it becomes a self-sustaining thing where he'll be back next week because he ain't got no job skills. And no, I'm not saying that they should be, coddling him with job skills and stuff like that in prison. I don't believe in reform in most cases. I really don't. Because I don't trust criminals, Jack.
Well, they have to want to reform or they're not. Yeah, well, you shouldn't. But people don't change unless they want to. So they have to earn that. Like, put them all in a dingy cell, and you can earn your way to a better cell by being a good role model in your cell block, being on your best behavior, doing what the guards tell you. Maybe you get like a little perk here or there, But if you're not willing to commit to change, then fuck you, rot. I don't care.
And I do think when you're talking about people who can change, you're mostly talking about white collar.
Yeah.
But I don't have the perfect answer. What I do know is that somebody who molested a whole bunch of children should not be put back on the streets because he aged out of prison. That's a retarded concept. You aged out of prison.
How does that happen? If you're like on your deathbed, maybe, but not for chomos. No way.
See, that's some other shit that I've seen where like they were let out of prison for medical necessity. They were just too old and frail, so they got to die in their bed alone. This fucking murderer.
No. If you're there for like you stole a couple $1 million and you ended up with a life sentence somehow, like third strike rule or something, then okay, you're dying and we'll let you out, see your family. Murders, no fucking way. You're too much of a risk.
Yeah, we do have a problem with our system, and I do think there does need to be some reform. Not what Democrats call reform. No. Like no cash bail. So no bail is what you're saying. That's what no cash bail is. That's no bail. But these fuckers are such dirty little shitbags that they got to come up with no cash bail.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying no bail. Because they're not talking about a check bail. They're not talking about a a money order bail. Like, how did that murderer with no cash bail kill
Not
somebody
talking about
else?
Christian Bale either.
Not Christian Bale either. You're right. Taxpayer will still be paying for their health care even on the outside. True, of course, because they have no way to do it themselves.
Yep.
When they get that sick, stick them in a cell, close the door, and come back in a week. Problem will take care of itself.
Maybe we could send them to Canada so they have their own personal maid.
Yeah. We do coddle our prisoners way too much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And
some of them come out worse criminals than when they went in.
I do not understand why there's weight benches in prison yards. It's like, what we really need is this violent offender to be jacked.
Yeah, no, what they should be doing is stuffing them full of Twinkies and donuts. Yeah. All you can eat. Like, make them fat. Don't make them buff. What are you, ridiculously stupid? Like, are you a congressman? Because you're dumb.
It's just dumb, man, the way we treat them. But a lot of it comes down. It's our founders' fault. Because these men arrogantly thought that people wouldn't be as dumb as we are now. At least the people in charge.
Yeah.
They're like, we're smart now. So if we say cruel and unusual, they'll understand that it means, tarring and feathering people. I mean, our founders had no problem hanging people. None.
Oh, God, no. Did you ever see the prison conditions when they first came up with cruel and unusual? They would be appalled by how pussy we are now.
When Washington takes over the Continental Army, you know what happened to a lot of the members of the Continental Army? They got their asses whipped for not being good soldiers.
Yes.
Literally whipped.
That's what I call motivation.
Right? Like cruel and unusual. They don't have a TV. Fuck you.
Real quick. Thank you, Keldrig. Prisoners should be allowed to have radios, but it should be 24/7 John Lennon music. Give them a reason to never go back.
Yeah. The suicide rate in prison will go through the roof, but
well, look,
can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
Yeah, look, but they have to earn that radio too. Privileges, it's not a human right; it's a privilege, and you have to earn that shit.
Prisoners used to be self-sustaining. Depending on where. I mean, like where I live, there's not a way for them to be fully self-sustaining. But I do think that they should have to have vegetable gardens. You want to work out? Field needs weeded. Get your ass out there. That's your food next month.
Yeah, I have again, like you put them on a program where if they behave, they can do a chore. They can mop the floor. They have to earn that trust to have a job, and then you give them the 10 cents an hour or whatever. But that's it. None of this coddling shit.
No.
You don't get to do any working out in the yard. There's no basketball hoops. There's just a bunch of armed guys sitting on towers waiting for you to try and run. And you don't get to hang out with other people. You're at a Panopticon Supermax where you're out once a day by yourself in some little room that has a sunroof. And that's as close to a yard as you're getting.
Understatement says, I get letting them do calisthenics. I don't get weights. I'm with you. Exactly.
Yeah. You want to do push-ups in your cell or something. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But we don't need to be breeding super criminals.
Like
Pilates only. Yeah.
What kind of fucking world do we live in where it's like the prisoners go in and come out as muscle-bound freaks?
Yeah. Do you ever see the documentaries on how like Russia or South Korea run their jails?
Oh yeah. Maybe not those two countries specifically, but I've seen different prisons around the world.
Yeah, there used to be a documentary series that covered prisons all through globally, and it was on like National Geographic or something. It was a great show. We are the biggest pussies on the planet next to Canada. Medium security has a waist-high fence. I shit you not. It's crazy.
Well,
they do have harsher prisons, but not a lot of them.
I will give it to the Canadians, and I think I could see this with the British. And please understand, I'm not talking present day, but go back a couple of decades. where they're like, oh no, I fucked up, and my bad. I'll stay here because that's where they want me to be. I don't know why I made them slightly Mexican.
Yeah, snow Mexicans.
Yeah, our little snow Mexican friends up there. But where there was a sense of national pride involved with it. That's never been an American thing. Americans, the first prison that went up was just the first guy trying to break out. Because we're like, nah, fuck that, bro.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, places like that, and actually, if you look at like China's, theirs is more, how do I want to put this? Enforced. But you don't really see them trying to break out either. They're like, well, this is where I am for a while.
Yeah. Well, Japan's kind of like that too. Like they have a foreigner prison, but there are a few prisons where they have to intermingle, but mostly they keep the foreigners separate because the locals it's a more homogenous society. So they have to live up to expectations.
Yes.
And what they have to do, if you've never seen the regiment they have in Japanese prisons, there's no way I could do it. They would break me in a week. I'd just be in a ball crying all the time. Like for punishment, they have to sit on their knees or in the lotus position all day staring into space, not talking or interacting with anyone else.
Yeah.
There's a certain kind of hell for a social society like that. But a normal American would not survive that. And the food just isn't enough. It's like mostly rice. So yeah, it's crazy how nice we are to our prisoners. You look at like the Russian prisons that are out like Siberia, dude. Even if you escape, they're like, yeah, go ahead, whatever. Where are you gonna go? You're in Siberia. You're not gonna make it anywhere. You're gonna die.
Missed this stream listening to the last one. Damn, you just get to listen to this one next. That's all.
Yeah, it's a playlist now.
Sweden has prisons. Pretty much everywhere has prisons. How good they are is,
Yeah.
No, just the idea of like you aged out of prison. Pedophile, you get to go because you're old enough now. Isn't there something? There's something really disturbing about letting him go because he's old enough because he touched children that weren't old enough.
Yeah, you're not wrong. There is a certain sick irony to that.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with the people in charge of California?
I don't know, man. It's a sickness throughout a lot of our society. We are too soft on crime. There's some sort of glorification of criminal mindset. I don't know what it is, but I'm really grossed out by it. I'm tired of people coddling criminals all the time. This is how you get the Punisher, man.
Well, we can agree on not being cruel and unusual without being soft and sad. I don't know about you, Jack, but in most cases when I want somebody put to death, I don't want them to suffer. I get no joy out of their suffering. Maybe their family. I still think the family should get to determine how it happens. But I think as a society, we can go, drawing and quartering is a little bit extreme. But that doesn't mean, you take shooting off the table.
I think we should bring back a certain amount of public humiliation, like caning.
Well, I hear you. The problem is nobody has any shame anymore, though.
Yeah.
If somebody got caned in America, they would then go to Twitter and their bio would read, I was the guy that was caned. And he'd become a folk hero for being a douchebag.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we got to bring shame back. There has to be some social standards.
Yeah, and that's not going to happen because, well, liberals and women exist. Sorry, ladies. It's not all of you. I want to make that fair. There's a lot of you that are probably way to the right of me on this, where you're like, no, boil them in oil. And I appreciate you ladies for being like that. Don't forget to do your cooking on International Women's Day.
Right? Moonshock says, Jack, the only reason not to make convicts fatties is we'd have to pay for their medical care. How about if you're convicted of a felony, like an egregious one, a violent crime, no Medicare or Medicaid for you. Just like no voting, no no social assistance at all. Fuck you, rot. Figure it out.
Well, I think that we need basic care, and that's it.
Yeah, like
tired of seeing-
there should be like a step down where it's like, oh, we'll keep you from dying, and that's it.
Well, we've had cases where prisons have been, or not prisons, but courts have been like, nope, you gotta get them the trans surgery. What
Yeah,
the
that's
fuck are
stupid.
we paying for that?
Nope, that's a load of nonsense. Too many people take advantage of that. You can't do that, Jack. We have a social safety net for now. When I'm emperor of North America, which will be tattooed in Old English on my stomach like good white trash, a lot of things will change because I will let that power go to my head like Dr. Doom.
Dragon Mage, thank you. Have you seen Norway's prisons? They are resorts. What are Norway's crimes?
Yeah, again, a socially homogenous place like that, the crimes are a lot fewer and farther between. That's why Sweden's having such a problem with the immigrants, is they're not used to the kind of crime elements that are coming in.
It's not just that. I mean, you're right, but there's also, I mean, you have to look at the places themselves and the people that are there. Here in America, I mean, what did we see when the riots happened in 2020? People stealing shoes. What did a sitting fucking congresswoman come out and say?
They're doing it for the bread.
Hey, they need bread. Nobody was stealing bread. Not a fucking one of them. But you have a member of the House of Representatives who came out and made excuses for these fucking degenerates.
Yeah.
It's
Again,
a cultural problem.
We coddle criminals because, and they'll say it's racism, but it doesn't matter what their skin color is. Criminals are criminals. Stop trying to dress us up.
Yep. We need to, part of our problem is that we make excuses for all the criminals. I mean,
yeah.
Somebody literally got off of murder for affluenza. They just grew up too rich to know right from wrong.
No, don't forget the Menendez defense. Well, they're orphans. Yeah, because they killed their parents. But they're orphans.
Oh, it's so fucking stupid.
It's insane.
We have a culture in America of making excuses for bad people. And not all of us, of course, but that shit happens a lot. It didn't work, but there was the Black Rage defense where a dude tried getting a guy off murder. Well, because he's black and he's just mad at the world because the world is so racist.
Yep. They honed that into that post-traumatic slave disorder.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still trying to make that one a thing. It's disgusting. Stop it. It's not helping anybody. You're not protecting anybody. Nobody's learning anything. The fear of prison should help keep people in line.
There's a case going on right now, Jack. I forget the chick's name, but her husband died, and then she wrote a book for her children about how their dad is still there. And then it turns out she probably killed him.
Yeah.
I'd heard about the case before, but Ricada came across my feed the other day. He's covering the trial. But I guarantee you, if this woman is found guilty, they'll be like, he was an abusive bastard, because that's always if a woman kills a man in America, it's always he abused her.
Yeah, and he's out there to defend himself.
Lorena Bobbitt cut off her man's dick, threw it out a window, and half the country was like, he deserved it. And what was his crimes? Maybe he hit her. There's no actual evidence of that. And the one that really had women being like, he deserved it, he stuck that dick in someone else. You can think, hey, if you stick your dick in somebody else, you deserve to have it cut off. But then when you're actually faced with that, that's when you go, that was just metaphorical.
Yeah.
2 words, proportional response. Yeah, exactly. But we make excuses. So what I was getting to with that, you say, Norwegian prisons are basically resorts. How tough do Norwegian prisons really need to be? We got some scum motherfuckers in this country.
Yeah.
People who deserve to be, part of the foundation of the jail, not a member of it. And even then you have folks like, it wasn't, I mean, yeah, sure, he killed that white lady, but he grew up poor. So I don't think he should really go to the death penalty for that. It's amazing the kind of excuses you see when you actually look at this kind of stuff, man. Again, a sitting fucking congresswoman. They just wanted bread. The motherfuckers got Air Jordans, man.
Well, you
I
could trade them for a little
tennis shoe. Darth, thank you. Did you see the family of the 12-year-old boy and 2 friends who attacked a girl defending him? No.
Yeah, I saw that one. I retweeted the video. So these 3 boys grabbed this girl. She was walking home from a friend's house. She's a teenager, and these kids were 12, 13, and 15 or so in there. They grab her in this like park area, this little park thing, and 2 of them held her down while the third one raped her.
Jesus.
And one of them shoved rocks in her mouth because she was screaming. And they only stopped when her dad called out for her because she was right next to her house. So they're out there making excuses. You know what? If you want, I could show you the video of the dad, because I could not fucking believe they're trying to make it out like these didn't do anything wrong. They're just kids. They're just kids. Well, fuck you. No, they committed a violent sexual offense.
Darth Mondo, thank you for becoming a member for month number 30. What was that? I'm sorry, 32? 27. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. I forgot that part of that. I don't know if I want to watch that. I'm angry just hearing about it. I've been both a 12 and 13-year-old boy, and I've been a 15-year-old boy. You know what I never did?
Rape anyone?
Rape anyone.
Yeah. Well, the father of one of the kids, whose name is Melvin, he said the church is bogus.
Toss it into the chat there.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I don't want to watch it, but yeah, we should.
Yeah, this one will make everyone mad once he says what. It's near the end that he says what pissed me off the most. Yeah, the aunt did a stream defending the kid too. It's enraging.
Any games on the horizon, Monk? Not really, and I'm actually kind of in a weird place where, like, last night I was like, I want to play a game, but nothing sounded fun to play. So yeah, wait, why did that? Oh, okay.
Huh? What? Did I fuck it up?
No, you did it fine. All right, we're watching the. I want to make sure I got the right video. This is the video here.
Yep.
Okay.
It's not true.
That's the mother of 12-year-old Josiah Jones screaming at anyone who would listen after today's court hearing after son faces charges as an adult in a case involving the rape of a 12-year-old girl.
Fuck. Oh, I'm going to punch my screen.
Oh, it's going to get worse.
For the record, guys, it is as loud as I can make it. Sorry about that.
I threw the link in chat.
Monk, what about Resident Evil? I'm not the biggest Resident Evil fan. I get the appeal of it, but no, it's not one I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I heard this was really good.
Guess what? I'm gonna always feel like, as a mother, as a woman, I'm gonna always feel like it's not enough.
The girl's mother speaking to Local 10 recently saying she just wants justice for her daughter. According to police, the girl was leaving a friend's home when she encountered the boys near a community garden in Overtown. Investigators allege 13-year-old Nelson Nunez raped her, while 12-year-old Josiah Jones and Xavier Tyson, who was 14 at the time, restrained her. Police say Jones put rocks in her mouth to stop her from screaming.
Jesus.
All 3 boys are being charged as adults.
Good. This is some shit where there's a lot of talk in our country about this too. Like, you can't charge them as adults. They're just kids. They did some adult shit. It's they need to pay the adult way. Sorry.
At 12 years old, you know right from wrong. I'm sorry, you do. If you don't, you're retarded. Quite literally, you're functionally disabled.
Who was thinking they would not be black? Honestly, when Jack first told me the story, I was thinking 3 little white kids, but that rape don't got no color on it, my friend.
The victim says it went on for about 30 minutes, and the boys
Jesus.
stopped when they heard her father calling her name. In court today, attorneys for 2 of the 3 boys arrested in this case formally entered not guilty pleas, requested jury trials, and invoked discovery requiring prosecutors to turn over all evidence. They also argued their clients, Jones and Nunez, should not be in adult jail.
They raped a 12-year-old for 30 minutes.
Yeah. Typically what they do is put these kids in like juvenile detention until they turn 18, then they transfer them to adult jail.
Yep.
So it's not like they're going into adult jail right now. That's not, if they did, they'd be segregated from the general population.
Yeah, they go into detention for minors until they're no longer a minor, and then they go to adult prison where they pay for what they did. Unfortunately, there's some states where this does not happen.
Yeah.
And in this case, if they decided not to charge them as adults, what would happen is they'd go to juvie for 4 years or 5 years and get out.
Point, you have a 13-year-old kid sitting in jail, and me and I think my co-counsel, the lawyer for the co-defendant, we both will be fighting hard to get our clients out of jail.
Because they're allegedly such nice young men.
Yeah, this is who you want back in society, isn't it?
Yeah, especially with the specter of life in prison hanging over their head. Why wouldn't you want them back out on the street when they have nothing left to lose? That'll turn out great for everybody. Thank you, Tansu. In the words of Bernie Mac, if you're old enough to talk crap, you're old enough to get messed up. Paraphrasing. Yes.
For Jones's father, he tells us the allegations against his son are not true.
A young black man that was visiting Miami. It was with the wrong 2 kids, a 15 and a 14-year-old. My son is 12 years old and has a father that takes care of him. These allegations are bogus.
Okay. What does fucking race have to do with any of that?
What does him having a father have to do with it?
Yeah. He's a young black man visiting from out of town, and he's got a dad. Who fucking cares? What does that have fuck all to do with this?
You even say he was hanging out with 2 bad kids. So what, you think they started raping her? He's like, I'm going to go stand over here because I can't be a part of that. You admit that he was hanging out with the 2 who did the raping?
Yeah. Where was the parental supervision here then? If you're so involved, buddy.
Hosper, thank you so much for that feminist $12. Just getting started. Glad to see you doing the day starting from the beginning. Sorry. Glad to see you during the day starting from the beginning. Well, enjoy the show, my friend. Enjoy. As a black man that was young, my parents would have let them take me if this was confirmed. This is bullshit. You know what? Understatement. I mentioned, I think it was on the last show, that I like watching the Cartier family. It is amazing how many times those brothers are like, my mom would have let them do this to me. Because right? That's how parents used to be like, don't be a bad kid. And now they're like, my kid wouldn't have done this. Just because you got them on video and they're caught red-handed.
Yeah. Back in the day, it'd have been like, could you please take me to jail? I don't want to go home.
I was watching one of their reactions, and the video they were reacting to, a school resource officer goes to break up a fight. And this other kid, who claims to be a cousin of one of the kids in the fight, decides to grab the cop and slam him to the ground. It's all on video. There's no question this happened. His mom comes to the school and they tell her what happened. And she immediately like, nuh-uh, he wouldn't do that. Like, bitch, it's on camera. It's on camera.
So
my mom would have beat me to death with the camera.
Right? Well, back then you had people cared about how they looked to their neighbors and their friends. Now they don't. Now criminality is a point of pride. It is not that big of a deal. And that's disgusting.
Probably don't want him in jail because it would mean less from welfare. You know what? In all fairness, Donahue, if I was this father, I wouldn't want my son in jail. I wouldn't want to believe he did it. I get that sense as a father, but when the evidence is there, then it becomes, sorry, this is life. You have to pay for what you did.
Yeah.
And I don't envy this father at all, and I'm not going to make it about welfare or anything like that. I get what you were saying, but it probably it doesn't even go that deep. It's just this is his son. He doesn't want to believe his son's a rapist. Who does? Who does? Or the mother? Yeah, I mean the mother crying at the beginning. It's not true. She literally did the Ethan Ralph thing. Oh my God, she did. She even sounded like him. I'm not going to be able to get that out of my head.
Ethan Ralph is secretly a large black woman.
It's not true. I can't imagine as a parent what it's like for this to be your kid.
Yeah. It's got to be difficult, but at the same time, there's also got to be some self-reflection of like, a kid that young, did I screw up or is this just...
Well, look at what he did here. I mean, it would be one thing if he's like, my son wasn't even there. He's admitting he was with the bad kids.
Yeah, and he tries to throw racism in there. Like, oh, he's a black kid visiting from out of town. They just got it in for him. That's the mentality here.
Judging based just on the voice of the victim's mom, the victim was black too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's from what I could tell when I looked up the article on this, it's a black area. It's not a nice neighborhood either.
All right, Pyrus, I did not hit that girl in the face with a shovel. It was on the top of the head. Yes, how much trouble did you get into for hitting a girl in the face with a shovel? I got spanked and I had to stay in the corner until I apologized. And I stood there for 2 hours and they got ready to leave. And my mom assured me I would be staying in that corner until they came back, and I apologized. And I believed her, so I apologized.
I suspect she wasn't kidding.
Yeah. I believed my mother, and as stubborn as I was, I got my stubbornness from somewhere. And yeah, I'd already been in that corner for 2 hours. Mom was not letting that one go. So yeah, I got in trouble. Is dad saying his son is a racist because he's black? No, he's playing this. Oh God.
No,
what he's doing here,
rapist.
He's not playing. What's that?
You said racist and it's rapist.
Yeah, sorry. He's saying no, he's not saying that. What he's getting at there with the a young black man thing is it comes back to the Black Lives Matter shit. He's not even claiming race is an issue here. He's bringing up race because the whole idea of young black men go to jail. He's not. What he's trying to argue is that his son is innocent. And you're going to send an innocent young black man to jail. He's not actually. Go ahead.
I think it's multi-layered. I think he is kind of alluding to the fact that they're just framing him because he's black. Because there's a black kid, they got to arrest him. There's a lot of that shit going on these days too.
Sure, I didn't hear anything else in what he said about that because I mean, he's not. He's trying to take all the blame off of his son by going, hey, they're these two hoodlums. I think this is a father in denial, honestly.
Yeah. Tragically, yeah.
Yeah. And again, I get it. I do. I wouldn't want to be him. I wouldn't want to be him and have my fucking little offspring being a degenerate rapist at 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't imagine how these people feel when that's like when there's a school shooter and they go to the parents and like, what do you think about what your kid did? Like they're going to go, Oh, it's a great thing. I taught him. He learned this well, and I'm proud. I'm very proud of him today. It's kind of a fucked
Yeah,
up thing to go
well,
do, honestly.
yeah, it's kind of gross because more than one person's life is destroyed, and the family of the shooter is just as destroyed usually.
Yeah. You're being too charitable, monkey. I don't get accused of that too often, so I'll take it. You usually I'm the other way, so yeah, that's not something I'm often saddled with. He seems like the kind that would defend his son no matter what. It's the reason his son turned out that way. There might be some to that, honestly.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's very
But
common these days too.
but it could also be, look, most, I don't want to say most, a lot of people who get themselves in bad situations, it's not a long planned out thing, right? It's idiots with their friends who go and do idiot things with their friends. And it doesn't matter how well they were raised. I'm not saying rape. Usually that's something like vandalizing a car, right?
Yeah. Well, you never know what your idiot friends are going to drag you into. So,
Yeah. And I don't know enough about this dad. And based on what he said there, I'm honestly not casting too many aspersions on this guy because I cannot imagine this man's world right now. And when it comes out, if he gets the actual evidence that his son did it, hell, there's a good chance that he is the guy we're talking about. And he's just like, fuck, you know? Because what else
yeah.
do you say to that?
Yeah, there's not much you can say. And look, this father's going to be pretty destroyed if he loves his son at all.
Sure.
And this kid is probably going to get found guilty if there's any evidence at all.
Yep. Well, they're going to have the eyewitness testimony from the girl and the dad.
Yep. And any DNA left behind from the scene.
Yeah. So I feel really bad for the girl. Her life is fucking ruined.
Yeah. There's
and
no winners in this.
None. The lawyers are going to do what lawyers do because that's what they're paid for. And frankly, that's part of our problem in our country. I like innocent until proven guilty. I just think that we need to, go back to the bar for being guilty, being like, here you are on video, and them not being able to go, we can't tell that's really me. It's just all of my clothes. I use my credit card. Somebody else who just looks a lot like me did it. The shit that defense lawyers get away with in America is retarded.
Yeah.
The fact that we have to say allegedly when somebody's caught on fucking camera doing something, you might get sued if you say that they did it when it's on camera. We're just way too nice to criminals in this country. We just are. Anyway, thanks for bringing up that story because no, I hadn't seen it. I forgot who brought that up. I think it was Darth Mondo, and Jack for providing the link for it.
Yeah, it was on my Twitter feed. That's the only reason I knew.
Let me assure you, as a father of a daughter and grandfather of 5 granddaughters, if I could get my hands on the little bastard who did that to my little girl, there wouldn't be a trial. You wouldn't have to worry about that shit.
Right?
I'll just leave it at that because yeah, and I wouldn't have felt bad about it at all, and I'd have happily gone to jail for it. But I'm more violent than some, I guess. Yeah, you would be on trial. I would, and look, they say don't do the crime if you ain't willing to do the time, and in that case, I'd be willing to do the time. It'd be worth it to me to let my little girl know I care that much about her. Just saying. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap up here. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. What a positive story to end on.
Go big or go home, right?
Let's go back to the cooking simulator for International Women's Day. That's still funny as shit.
I still can't get over that.
Yeah. But anyway, Guys, thanks for the donations. You're so kind to us. And to the members, I never thank you guys. Thank you for being members month after month after month. I mean, several of you for years and years. I appreciate it. Jack, anything you want to show?
I'll drop some links to some cool videos. As always, thank you guys for all the support you give us. Thanks for the tips. We really appreciate it. So we do. This is our livelihood, so it counts. But you guys are awesome, and we appreciate you coming around all the time.
Digi says bye-bye. You said it wrong. It's bye-bye-bye. Now I'm going to have to go listen to bye-bye-bye.
That was your hair talking.
I love bye-bye-bye. I don't care who you are. If you can hear that and you don't start at least dancing a little bit, you're dead inside. You're dead inside. It's just catchy. I even get turning it off immediately.
Those things are unrelated for me.
Yeah, I get turning it off immediately, but if you can't dance, you're dead inside. Jack, a pleasure as always.
Always glad to be here.
Take care of yourselves, guys. We'll see you on the next one. I love you. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye. What? I sang.